Okay, so we are back to the Eclipse and I have created one class called table exercises. And however, first we need to give the two steps to invoke Chrome browser and we have to set the system property. So move your cursor and import Chrome driver and import WebDriver. Cool. So let's give the URL where we need to navigate. So yeah, we can directly give this URL, so we will land on this page. Cool. Now, first we will get the parent of this box. That means parent of this table. For that, just inspect, and when you select this, you see that. Let me scroll down. So all these are rows. This is one moment. Yeah. Let me select entire row. Yeah, all these are rows, but there should be one common parent for all these rows. That means this one. When you see that, when you select this, entire table is getting selected. Okay, and when you come down, each and every row inside the table are selected. So this could be our parent object. So if we start from there, then it would be easy for us to grab. And let me show you one more thing. I'll scroll down and yeah, you see that it's highlighting only till here. It's not highlighting the things after that. So that means this parent object is restricted to this table only. And our testing scope is also inside this table. So that means first we can start by picking up parent web element and then we can proceed it from there. Okay, so let me right click inspect again. So you can select parent object or you can decide parent object by just highlighting on that. By highlighting you will understand this is our class name, right? So yeah, let me write CSS for that. Driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. Yeah, div is a tag name, div class equals to perfect. So this gives the access to entire parent table. So I will throw that into a variable called table. Web element is a return type because that table is nothing but web element, right? So in Java, whenever you create a variable, it's mandatory to declare return type of it. If it is integer, we might define int, but here it is a web element. So table is a parent object. Now you need to get the CSS of that. How do you do that? So one common thing you can write here is table dot find elements by dot CSS, and you can pass that common CSS. Okay, so you might be wondered why I am not writing driver dot. Okay, so if I write driver dot find elements, so our Selenium script will go and check for this CSS in entire page. Okay, if I give one common CSS for this row, you see that now if I select this, so this is one common CSS, right? So if I give this in driver dot find elements, I will get the common CSS of entire page. But here I want only in the table. So when I say table dot find elements, my WebDriver script will check only inside this table for the CSS I provide. Okay, it will not go out of the table. So that means scope of our searching is restricted to only table if I give table dot find elements. Okay, so if I replace with the driver dot, then it will again search in entire page. Okay, so because driver is something which have an access to entire browser. So from entire browser, we have selected a parent section first and we have thrown that into table. Now this table acts as a driver object for this table box. Okay, so this driver is actually a parent to entire whole web page, right? So but our parent should be a short because our child elements lies only inside this page. That's why I have taken this table as my object first by finding it uniquely, and then I am saying table dot. So when I say table dot find element, and if I provide any locator, WebDriver, as it's pointing to parent dot, it will go and search inside this table only. So this is the concept of subsection elements. Okay, if you want to search an entire page, then you can just use normally like how we are using in the previous lectures. Right, table dot find elements, not singular, plural here, because we are trying to find multiple elements, right? We are actually taking one common CSS which have multiple elements. So at that reason you have to use plural, find elements. Okay, so when I spy it here, this is actual row. Let me expand my console. One moment. Okay, so all these are rows. So when you select one entire row, you see that all these are rows, and our actual object is present as a third child on that particular row. Okay, so first we will start it from here and then traverse to our third child, because this class name doesn't looks good, right? Text right, text bold. You should not depend on that way. So if you select this entire row, the parent of this specific, that have common to all the rows. You see that all the rows have same parent. From that you need to traverse to the third child. So here what I'll do, by dot CSS selector so this gives entire row, but we are only interested in the third child. Okay, so first I am grabbing the whole row, and in that row I will carefully move to the third column of that row. Yeah, so if I give this, it will give me the count of the rows in this table. Okay, I hope you got it. So there is a common CSS for all the rows in the table. So if I simply pass one CSS and I say grab all the elements which matches with this CSS selector in that particular table, that is nothing but a row count. Okay, so when you say dot size, this gives you the row count. So in this way you can get the count of row count in the table. But now our interest is not to get the row count. Inside row we have to grab the third child item, which is nothing but div. Okay, so it's simple. If you want to traverse to third child in CSS, let me write it again here. Okay, you can traverse to third child by simple syntax in CSS. Let me show you that. Okay, so if you want to click on the third child which have a tag name called div, you have to give space to the parent CSS and say tag name div, and child is third one. So that means go and click on child third item which have div tag, and when you pass 7, so that means go and click on 7th child item which have tag name div. So in our test, this is the row which we grabbed now. Okay, so inside the third one is our required one. So we could simply say that is the div tag nth child of third one. If you pass this to your CSS, yeah, so this will travel till the parent, and from parent each and every row it goes inside and find out the third child item, which is nothing but this 51. Okay, so yeah, we grabbed that completely, and I would like to simply say dot size. So we need to iterate, right? Inside that int column, I can say count, normal count. So I'll write simply for loop for int equals to 0. So I starts from 0 and traverse till count value. If count is 9, so loop for 9 times. Okay, so each and every time when you are looping, go and grab the value. Yeah, so if you want to grab the one item from the entire list, you can say dot get of, and you need to pass the index. For the first time, as I am passing I here, when it loops for first time, 0 will be coming inside, right? So it gives us the 0th index value which is located it here, isn't it? Now what is this step? When I say table, okay, let's try to understand this step now. When I say table, first of all, it uniquely identifies this box because we have got the parent here. And then when I say go and find CSS selector with this is parent, then our Selenium test say that, hey, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 rows. 12 rows with the same CSS what you have provided. Okay. Once our control is at the 12 rows, we are asking to go inside and click on the third column, third child. So it comes as 1, 2, 3, and our control comes to this point. Okay, now it have idea of all these elements. Okay, because we traveled now with the help of this step. And as now our control have the list of all these elements, from all the list we are asking to pull ith. That means for the first time the value will be 0 in the for loop. So when I say get of 0, that means it gives the first value. And when the loop repeats for the second time, get of 0 will be 1 because we are incrementing, right? So then 19 will be picked because second item in the list, and next 32. Like that it continues till it find, this fashion count till the count number. If count is 8, we have seen that like this there are total 8 elements by printing the size. So 8 times it repeat and it prints the output for you. So in that way we will get all this printed in our output. Okay, let's see that. Get of I dot, so once it grabbed at that particular point, we need to say get text, right? When we say get text, then only it extracts the value presented here and prints it in the output if you provide system dot out dot println. Okay, this looks a little tricky, but yeah, that's very easy concept if you try to grab it. It's all like parent-child relationship in the web table. Okay, so by practice you will get more clear on things what I'm explaining here. Okay, so let's run this and see how it goes. Right click, run as, oh, 1 second. Oh, we did not add the div here, sorry. We forgot the syntax. Tag name class equals to, we forgot to give that like this. I hope you guys identified it. I'm sorry for it. Okay, and even here, right? So first you have to get that CSS. So getting CSS is like tag name class equals to, and then we will pass the CSS. So till here it identifies parent. So once it identifies parent, and from there we are traveling to child with the syntax what I have mentioned here. Okay, so if your child have tag name like span, use span. Okay, it depends. So our child what we are looking have the tag name div, so we are passing as div. And to write the CSS, this is syntax. That is obvious, you guys know, I just missed it writing. Okay, so let me run this test, run as Java application, and hopefully it should print all the values present in that particular column. Okay, so yep, browser is invoked and now it's still loading. So once the loading is done, yep, let's go back and see that output. 51, 19, 32, 1, 3, 1, 6, 0, 1, 2, 4. Okay, and there, okay, if you carefully observe, after 4, okay, we want till here only, right? 51 to 4, and then we will just count with extras and we want sum. but we are getting these two values as well. So that means in that parent with the CSS whatever we are providing, not only these elements, even these two elements have same design. That's why you are seeing in the output. Okay, so to get rid of this, we have to cut last two indexes traversing, right? So for the first time when it traversed, it prints 51. For second time, it prints 19. So the last two times when it is traversing through this for loop, it is printing these two values. So if you want to remove those two values, just say -2 here. So that means it will execute till this point only, so that we will get only the values which we are looking for. Alright, yep. So run this test and let's see our output. So meanwhile, just keep on thinking like how to get the value of, oh, it's already loaded. Okay, let's see the output. Okay, it's done. Nope, it's still running. Yep, you see it here. Now it safely skipped last two lines, isn't it? Cool. So we are almost done. We just got the values, and now what all we need? We need this extras 4 value and 124. These two are not printed. So that means these two are not part of this CSS. Okay. So let's try to understand how to grab these in our next lecture. Thank you.